Step into the darkness where reality blurs and nightmares come alive. The crisp autumn air filled our lungs as my partner, Emily, and I ventured into the heart of the forest for our romantic getaway. It was supposed to be a weekend of blissful solitude, a chance for us to escape the stresses of city life and reconnect with nature. Little did we know, our idyllic retreat would soon take a dark and terrifying turn. As we hiked deeper into the woods, the canopy of trees overhead grew thicker, casting long shadows across our path. The rustle of leaves and the chirping of birds were the only sounds that broke the silence, creating an atmosphere of tranquil isolation. But as we stumbled upon an old, dilapidated cabin hidden amongst the trees, the tranquility gave way to unease. The cabin stood like a relic from a forgotten era, its weathered walls and creaking floorboards a testament to the passage of time. Curiosity piqued, Emily and I cautiously approached the cabin, our footsteps echoing in the stillness of the forest. As we pushed open the creaky door, a musty smell assaulted our senses, and dust motes danced in the sunlight that filtered through the cracks in the walls. Inside, we found a scene frozen in time, a table covered in cobwebs, a rusted stove in the corner, and an old journal lying on the floor amidst a pile of debris. With trembling hands, I picked up the journal and began to read, my heart pounding in my chest as I uncovered the dark secrets hidden within its pages. The journal detailed the gruesome murders of a family that had occurred in the same location decades ago, a father, mother, and their 2 young children, brutally slaughtered in their sleep by an unknown assailant. The pages were filled with frantic scribblings and rambling accounts of paranoia and fear, as the author struggled to make sense of the horrors that had unfolded before their eyes. As I read on, a chill ran down my spine, and I glanced nervously at Emily, who stood beside me pale-faced and wide-eyed. We knew then that we were not alone in the forest, that something sinister lurked in the shadows, watching and waiting to strike. With a sense of mounting dread, we decided to leave the cabin behind and continue our journey deeper into the woods. But no matter how far we traveled, the feeling of being watched never left us, like a cold hand gripping our hearts and refusing to let go. As night fell and the darkness closed in around us, we made camp beneath the canopy of trees, the crackling of the fire the only sound that dared to break the silence. But as we settled in for the night, a sense of foreboding settled over us like a suffocating blanket, and sleep eluded us like a fleeting dream. It was then that we heard it, the sound of footsteps crunching through the underbrush, coming closer and closer with each passing moment. My heart pounded in my chest as I reached for the flashlight at my side, the beam of light cutting through the darkness like a beacon of hope. But what I saw in the beam of light sent a wave of terror crashing over me, a figure standing at the edge of the clearing, its eyes gleaming with a malevolent light. It was the same entity that had stalked the family all those years ago, its form twisted and contorted into a grotesque parody of humanity. With a scream of terror, Emily and I fled into the night, our footsteps echoing through the darkness as we raced through the underbrush, desperate to escape the clutches of the entity that pursued us. But no matter how fast we ran, it was always one step ahead, its presence looming over us like a shadow. As dawn broke over the horizon, we stumbled upon an old, overgrown cemetery hidden deep within the woods, its weathered tombstones standing as silent sentinels amidst the undergrowth. With nowhere else to turn, we sought refuge within its crumbling walls, hoping against hope that we would find sanctuary within its hallowed grounds. But as we huddled together amidst the gravestones, the entity emerged from the darkness, its eyes burning with a hunger that sent a chill down my spine. With a cry of despair, Emily and I braced ourselves for the final confrontation, knowing that our fate was sealed. In a climactic showdown that shook the very foundations of the earth, we faced off against the entity in a battle of wills and wits. But as the dust settled and the smoke cleared, we realized that we were no match for the ancient evil that lurked within the forest. As we lay battered and broken amidst the ruins of the cemetery, the entity loomed over us like a specter of death, its laughter echoing through the darkness like a funeral dirge. And as it dragged us into the depths of the forest, we knew that we would never escape its clutches, that we were doomed to wander the woods for all eternity, our souls forever bound to the darkness that had claimed us. To those who may stumble upon the old cabin hidden deep within the woods, I offer this warning: beware the entity that dwells within its walls, for it is a creature of pure malevolence, with a hunger for souls that knows no bounds. Turn back now, before it's too late, for once you enter the forest, there is no escape from the horrors that await you within its depths.